Since in last two lecture, in a first lecture of Laplace transform in part 1, we have defined how to find the Laplace transform of any function f of t, right? So in the first lecture we have defined how to find out the f of s from the f of t. So it is nothing but we have to integrate 0 to infinite any function f of t into e raised to minus st dt, right? And then we have find the Laplace of some basic signals, right? So we have find the Laplace of step input, Laplace of sinusoidal signal, Laplace of exponential signal e raised to at, right? And in a second part, Laplace transformation part 2, in that lecture we have learn how to find the inverse Laplace transformations. So you can if you do not remember, you can refer my that YouTube lectures later on, Laplace transform part 1 and Laplace transform part 2. So today this is the Laplace transform part 3. It is our third lectures on the Laplace transformation for the network analysis, right? So today we'll start with initial and the final value theorem. So we'll start with the first. We'll learn what is the initial value theorem. Initial value theorem. So for any functions, initial and the final value, it is widely needed. It is very much important to, if you'll get directly from the functions, what is its initial value and what is its steady state final value. It is very much important, we require, right? So if our function it is in a form of Laplace transform in a form of S domain, then how to find its initial value? So this is called a initial value theorem. So we know in a time domain it's easy. For in time domain, when we equate t tends to be a 0 or a 0 plus, right? At that time, what is the function value? It is called a, it's a initial value. It is nothing but the f of 0 plus, right? So in a Laplace domain, if the function it is in a S domain, then it can be found using limit s tends to infinite s into f of s. So if our function we have f of s, and from its if you want to find out its initial value, then it can find by multiplying function with the s and equate s tends to be a infinite. So let me prove this theorem, proof of it. So this s into f of s, what this indicates? So it is nothing but the Laplace transform of a derivative terms. Laplace transform of a derivative, right? So we can say this limit s tends to infinite s f of s. Now this s f of s can replace with Laplace transform of derivative. So Laplace transformation formula is 0 to infinite, and it is a derivative f of t. Its derivative Laplace transform is s f of s. So d f of t divided by dt into e raised to minus st dt. So s tends to infinite, d upon d, f of t dt into e raised to minus st dt. Now let's take what is limit s tends to infinite. Now what is the derivative Laplace transform? So it is s f of s minus its initial value f 0 plus, right? So let me put s tends to infinite in these terms, in this derivative terms, right? So it is nothing but the limit s tends to infinite 0 to infinite df of t divided by dt into e raised to minus st dt. Right. So here the differentiation it is in terms of dt and s is the constants, right? So we can apply the value of s. So here the integration and derivation is cancelled. So remaining is f of t into e raised to minus st and limit of s tends to infinite. It is equal to these terms, limit s tends to infinite s f of s minus f0 plus. So here if we applied s tends to infinite, then it f of t into e raised to minus infinite. That will make e raised to minus infinite 0. So it will make the left hand side is equal to 0. So it is limit s tends to infinite s f of s f0 plus. So here we can see, so limit s tends to infinite s f of s is equal to f0 plus. Limit s tends to infinite s f of s is equal to f0 plus. Okay. So this is proof of initial value theorem. So we can find the initial value of any functions. If the function it is in S domain, then we can find in a S domain initial value of any function by multiplying function with S and keeping S tends to be infinite. Similarly, another theorem is the final value theorem. Suppose if you want to find out the steady state response at a steady state, what is the final value, right? So final value can find in a S domain. In a time domain, it is limit t tends to infinite. We want to find out f of infinite. So by keeping t tends to infinite, so it is equal to f of infinite. And in S domain, it is, if the function is in S domain, then it can be find making s tends to 0 s into f of s, s into f. So this is statement theorem of final value theorem. This theorem it is called a final value theorem. Right. Now let's prove this final value theorem similar to the initial value. So let me start Laplace transform of a derivative. So Laplace transform of a derivative term, it is 0 to infinite df of t divided by dt into e raised to minus st dt, okay, is equal to in S domain, limit s tends to 0. Now Laplace transform of derivative terms is s f of s minus f0 plus. Right. Now here integrations and derivation is cancelled. So here it is limit s, let keep the limit s tends to 0. So it is 0 to infinite df of t divided by dt into dt. So by keeping time t tends to infinite, here we can make this integrations. It is 0 to t df of t divided by dt into dt. So here integration and differentiation is cancelled. So it will make the limit t tends to infinite f of t and limit is 0 to t. So here it is limit t tends to infinite f of t minus f of 0. Similarly in the right hand side, it is equal to limit s tends to 0 as f of s f0 plus. So f0 plus is cancelled. So we can say limit t tends to infinite f of t is equal to limit t tends to infinite f of t is equal to limit s tends to 0 as f of s f of s. So from this theorem we can directly find initial as well as the final value of any function if a function available in a form of S domain, right? Not need to convert into the time domain to find initial and final value. Now we'll see for how to apply the Laplace transform to analyze the first order and second order differential equation that we already seen. Now we'll see how to apply the Laplace transform to analyze the network, how it make the easy for analysis of a network, right? So before that we'll see the Laplace transform of a voltage across resistance and current passing through resistance in a S domain, right? So we know if any R value resistance, if have a voltage across its V of R and current passing through it is suppose I of R, then it can have in a S domain. So V R of S, which is voltage across R, it is R into current passing through R in a S domain. So VR of S is equal to R into IR of S. Also we can write the current passing through resistance R of S. It can write as VR of S divided by R. VR of S divided by R. So resistance in S domain, it is as it is. It's a value of R. We have to keep as it is. Now let's see another component. This is very much important. Let me see inductor L. So we know in an inductor L value inductor, and it's have the current passing through inductor is suppose I of t or IL of t. Let's say IL of t, and voltage across inductor, it is, let me define VL of t in a time domain, right? So we know the voltage across inductor VL of t in terms of current passing through inductor, it can define as L di by dt. So L di of t divided by dt, right? And we know in a Laplace domain, in a S domain, so in S domain VL of t can write as VL of S. Now the Laplace transform of derivative terms, we know the Laplace transform of derivative terms. So L as it is, derivative terms Laplace transform is S IL of S and its initial value. So IL of 0 plus, right? So this is Laplace transform of any derivative terms, right? In a df of t divided by dt, its Laplace is s f of s minus f0 plus. So here it is dIL of t divided by dt. So its Laplace is s IL of s minus IL of 0 plus. IL of 0 plus, right? So now how can we write this is how can we write the circuit of this? So we can make the circuit, it is a voltage, it is a voltage of 2 voltage. So it can write is L S IL of S minus L into IL of 0 plus. So if we synthesize this equation, then here suppose the voltage, this is the inductor, right? So here the voltage VL of S, and current passing through inductor is IL of S. Right. So inductor in S domain, it's replaced with the two voltage. One is the LS IL of S. So IL of is the current in this loop. So it is LS. It is a impedance of this inductor. So it is LS. And another term is minus LI0 plus. Right. So it is sum of voltage source. Can we write? Right. This is one voltage, another voltage, and it is a minus. So we have to subtracting form. So here we have to put one voltage source plus minus, and what should be the value of this? Value is L into IL of 0 plus. Right. So if we apply a KVL in this loop, we'll get this equation, which is VL of S is equal to voltage across this plus voltage across this. Right. So not here the minus and plus, sorry, minus and plus, minus and then plus. Okay, so it is LS impedance multiplied by current passing through it minus LI0 plus, IL of 0 plus. Right. So we can replace the inductor. We can replace the inductor which have the current IL of T, and we can replace with this a circuit, a series circuit which have the L into S in S domain and a voltage source, a minus plus value is L I0, IL of 0 plus. L IL of 0 plus. Right. So suppose inductor initial current passing through inductor it is 0, then this voltage source value is 0, so it is simply a short circuit and it only work as a LS. So if it's a uncharged inductor, right. So if it's a this is the inductor L and current passing through is IL of T, right. So it can replace with the in S domain it is a LS and voltage source minus plus IL of 0 plus, right, where IL of 0 plus is the initial current passing through inductor. It is a initial value, right. So suppose it is initially is uncharged, then it can have only the LS. So uncharged inductor equivalent circuit is only LS because this voltage source value is 0. So 0 voltage source can replace with the short circuit. So it is for the uncharged inductor in a S domain. This is the charged inductor in a S domain. Right. Now this is we have replaced with the series circuit. We can also replace with the parallel circuits. Right. So we know in a parallel circuit we already have the inductor. So in an inductor we know the current passing through inductor, it can define as 1 upon L integration of 0 to minus infinite to T VL of T dt. VL of T dt. So we know this in S domain it can write the IL of S, current passing through inductor, it is equal to 1 upon L, and here it is the voltage VL of S divided by S and plus flux of this S divided by S. Right. Now if we take the inside the 1 upon L, then it would be the 1 upon VL of S divided by L into S plus flux divided by inductor, it is nothing but the initial current, right. So it can have I0 plus IL of 0 plus divided by S. It is a IL of S. IL of S. So inductor can replace, if we synthesize these equations, so it is a one current, it is a addition of two current, this one current and another current. So in inductor we can replace this inductor, we can replace in a S domain. It's have the some here have the one current, it is an IL of S, right? So here have the impedance, it is an LS impedance, and another branch current is IL of 0 plus divided by S. So another branch current is plus here, so it is in downward direction, IL of 0 plus divided by S, and here this node voltage, it is a VL of S, right? So here we can say, if we apply a KCL at this node, then we can say IL of S, it's have a two current, one is the current passing in this branch and another this current passing through this current source. So current passing in this branch, it can write the voltage divided by impedance, and current passing in this current source branch, it is the value of the current source. So value of current source is IL of 0 plus divided by S, right? So we can replace the inductor with this circuit. સમજાય છે ને બધાને? How many students? સમજાય છે બધાને? સંભળાય છે?
Yes.
ઓકે, ક્યાંય પણ ક્વેશ્ચન હોય તો પૂછજો. હું સ્લોલી જ જાઉં છું. ઓકે, so any inductor we can replace with the two circuits, series as well as the parallel. So in a parallel it replace with one LS and parallel with the current source, and value of current source is IL of 0 plus divided by S. Now suppose this is for the charge inductor. Inductor have an initial charge, and value of initial charge is IL of 0 plus. Suppose inductor is uncharged, then value of IL of 0 plus is 0, right? So value of IL of 0 plus is 0. So if we substitute the value 0 in this, then the current source value is 0, and the current source value is 0, that means it is an open circuit. Current source 0 means open circuit, and voltage 0 means short circuit. So here current source is open circuit, so it is for a uncharged inductor in a S domain, right? So uncharged inductor is simply a LS. So this is the parallel equivalent circuit. So when we need to apply a KCL to solve the problems, then we can put the inductor by its this parallel equivalent circuit, right, for the analysis of a network. Similarly, let me see for the capacitor. So for the capacitor, we know the current and voltage relationship in a time domain. Current passing through capacitor and voltage across capacitor. So we know the voltage across capacitor, right? So it can be have 1 upon C integrations of minus infinite to T current passing through capacitor dt, right? So what is the Laplace transform? So voltage across capacitor Vc of S, it's have Laplace transform of integration term, it is function divided by S, right? Function divided by S plus the initial charge divided by S. So if we take the inside 1 upon C, then it is an IC of S divided by C into S plus Q of 0 divided by C into S. It is a voltage across capacitor. So voltage across capacitor, it is a two voltage. One is the IC of S divided by CS, and charge upon capacitor, it is an voltage. So it is an initial voltage across capacitor divided by S. Now let's see how to synthesize these equations to make it circuit. So how can we put in terms of circuit? So we know the voltage across capacitor in a S domain. So VC of S, it can write the IC of S divided by CS plus VCU of 0 plus divided by S. So how to can synthesize? So it is a one voltage which is a VCU of S in a series circuit. Here the plus and minus VCU of S. It's have a two component. One is this component value is 1 upon CS. It is its impedance, and current is IC of S. And another component is VC 0 plus divided by S. So it is a one voltage source, and polarity here the plus. So here it is in plus minus, and VCU of 0 plus divided by S, where VCU of 0 plus is the initial voltage across capacitor. Right? So this is circuit for the charge. If the capacitor already have initial charge, then we can replace the capacitor series equivalent circuit in this. We can replace the capacitor series equivalent circuit. If it's a uncharged, then VCU of 0 plus is 0 for a uncharged capacitor. So in that case, let me substitute VCU of 0 plus is 0. So voltage source value is 0. So 0 voltage source can replace with the source circuit. So capacitor, its impedance is 1 upon CS. So we can